Hey, what's going on, guys? Arif here. I apologize for not being so responsive with the Q&A. I supposed to upload it last week, but I now have the time to answer all of your questions that I received over the comment section. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna butcher some of the names. Of the YouTube users, so I apologize in advance. But okay, let's move on to the first question. Is from Philip A. Aqua. I'm not too sure how you pronounce that, but so sorry, dude. He asks, why don't you guys have a bass player in Wormrot? Did you ever have one in the band? Not that you needed one. Why don't we have a bass player? I don't know. To me, and as well to Rashid, our guitarist, three is a crowd. So we try to be as minimal as possible when it comes to band members, but yet at the same time produces a full, complete sound when it comes to in our recordings, and also when we are performing live on stage. Hence why Rashid kind of connects everything with the bass amp and the guitar amp with the switch pedals, whatever. Yeah, man, three is a crowd. I can't foresee ourselves having a bassist in the future. I don't know. It's just we've always been a three-piece band, so having a bassist is kind of weird to me. It's like, I don't know, I don't feel the need to have a bass since Rashid has already hooked up with all his guitar stuff, with the bass amp and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I guess it will sound different when we actually have a bassist, but we are very comfortable on how we sound like on record and also on stage. So another thing, there will be more seats in the van while we are touring, so we don't have to worry about, another extra guy gonna occupy the seats or whatsoever during touring. So that's one of the reason. But now we are not planning to have a bassist in the future, or we started off as a three-piece band, just drums, vocal and guitar, and that's about it. And we are not planning to have a bassist in the future. So yeah, thanks, Philip. So the next one, by Noise Stars, he asked me what happened to our ex-drummer, and he apologizes if I do not wish to talk about it. And all I can say is that he's doing well. He's in another band right now. I don't know, I've not talked to him for quite a while, so I guess that's about it. Just do not worry, he seems like he's doing well. So yep. Next question. So by Step Hansen, how do you get into grindcore, and who or what were your most prominent influences for your vocal style? I got into grindcore way back in the day, probably early 90s. Was it early 90s or early? I'm not too sure. It's way back. I remember going to a gig in Singapore, a local gig. They have a lot of mixture of metal bands, and one of them was a band from Singapore called I Saw, which is EYESORE, and they play straight up grindcore with a little bit of melody going on. And another band who performed on the same day, Fallen World, they are also from Singapore. They play mostly grind and hardcore, a lot of punk stuff going on. And I don't know, man. Especially bands like I Saw, they really open up my eyes. That um, I mean, before that, I've listened to bands like fucking Nirvana or Metallica, and at that point of time, it's like, holy shit, this is good stuff. It's pretty heavy and all that shit. But when it come when I kind of I give myself a chance to go to a local gig with real extreme music, and this band I Saw really kind of, I don't know, it blew my mind away. At that point of time, they were playing so fast, so I don't know, so angsty, and the aggression when they perform live is just out of this world. That kind of opened up my mind to a more extreme music. So I get to know them and make friends and all that, and go back home and try to research what other bands kind of sound like the one I saw, those that I saw during the gig there. And I found a few bands, and from there I keep on researching. Um, uh, Firstly, everything is local wise, so there's not much grindcore going on back then. There's only a few bands, and there are barely any grindcore bands right now in Singapore. I mean, there's no new upcoming grind bands from what I know, especially here in Singapore, which is fucking sad. And but yeah, man, those were the days where I am exposed to really fast hardcore punk grind is locally, and that's awesome because most kids these days have the pleasure of social media and all that. Everything you can find it. You can find everything so easily nowadays over on YouTube, websites, whatsoever. But back in the day, it's just you have to go to the show or you'll be left out. I mean, yeah, man, those were the days I truly appreciate. Those kind of bands kind of open up my eye to there's more than just fucking Metallica, or there's more than just fucking I don't know, Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and all that. There's grindcore does exist in Singapore, and that band opened up my eyes to kind of encourage me to do my own. So yep. And what was the second question? Yeah, what were your most prominent influence for your vocal style? I mean, just a sidetrack, just a little bit. Before Wormrot, I have a band called Flash Disgorge, and we played brutal death metal and all the pig squeals and all that guttural death metal, kind of disgorge-ish kind of sound. From there, I kind of learned how the different techniques and blah 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 when it comes to only death metal wise. But when I switched over to grindcore, I left the band due to some reasons, blah blah and all that shit. But I formed a new band, which is Wormrot, and at that point of time, I've already have in mind bands like fucking Nasum, bands like Rotten Sound and all that, especially Magruder Grind. We were heavily influenced by Magruder Grind back then, and in terms of vocal wise, I've always fond of Rahi from Insect Warfare. I'm sure that is no surprising to most of you guys, because the similarity of Rahi vocals and mine his is way more brutal than mine, that is for sure. But I fucking love how still a little bit death metalish, but at the same time it just blends in very well with the genre grindcore. So I just really love how Insect Warfare, Rahi doing his vocal layouts, everything. I love to two styles of vocals in an album, and at first time I thought it was pretty impossible to do during live, but I don't know, practice and practice, I kind of get used to it. My throat kind of getting used to the changes of speed and the ranges high and low and all that. So Rahi, man, from Insect Warfare, he really influenced me a lot on majority of our records, and I'm really thankful that he did, and he did play a huge part when it comes to vocals, in terms of Wormrot and the vocal styles and patterns and all that. So just man, you are an inspirational vocalist, Rahi from Insect Warfare. Alright, the next question is by Doomed Existence. How did Wormrot get started? What is your personal favorite Wormrot release? Oh man, how did Wormrot? Alright, this question, how did Wormrot get started, has been asked so many fucking times during verbal interviews and as well as written interviews. We've been around for fucking almost 10 years, and I know people keep asking the same fucking question, but it's okay, man. I mean, yeah, just to summarize it up, I know Wormrot. How the fuck should I answer this? Wormrot started off when I left my previous band, and I'm thinking of a more, I don't know, more genuine, extreme music direction. So Grindcore immediately comes to my mind, because at that point of time I'm a huge fan of fucking Fallen World. I saw all the hoodoo, all the grind bands in Singapore, and I'm just blown away by how they are amazing, in especially live. So why the fuck not? I don't just want to be, just want to feel how it goes when you are in a grind band and letting out your, I don't know, sincere rage on stage. So I decided to meet just a hangout session with Rashid. We hang out over at the I don't know, some huge fucking drainage. We're just chilling and drinking and all that, and I started asking him whether you are interested to form a band. And at that point of time, I didn't really mention to him I have Grindcore in mind, but I'm not too sure, because the day I met Rashid, I saw him wearing a Pig Destroyer shirt. So I'm like, fuck yeah. So I asked him whether he wanted to form a band with me. So he said yes, and off to find a drummer. And then I was in the military service. I met our ex-drummer and asked him whether he's interested in joining this band, this new band, Wormrot. We don't even have a band name back in the day, and I don't know. Our ex-drummer was a fan of my ex-band, which is Flash Disgorge, but so the musical interest is there. I mean, he's known to extreme music and all that stuff, and we click really well, and the bonding starts there. So we just went out for rehearsal and all that blah blah. And kind of, at first we thought of playing something like Disgorge, Mexico, those noise kind of band, death metal noise, brutal fucking gore grind, whatever. But it kind of fails, because Rashid is more of a punk when it comes to riffings and all that. So we kind of scrapped that idea and move on towards a little bit more straightforward and simple. So hence why we are slowly going up towards grindcore instead of gore grind, death metal kind of band. So from there we just create songs together and all that, and we recorded an EP, played a few shows, blah blah blah, for I don't know, 1 year, 2 years, and we move on to having our first Europe tour, DIY, in 2009, if I'm not mistaken, and from there we just carry on, and so yeah, the rest is history, I guess. After years and years, we've been doing the same thing for 5 years straight. We every time we are back from the tour, we are fucking broke, we are jobless, and start to hunt for a new job. And when it comes to touring again, the same shit keep happening and happening and happening for 5 fucking years, and it was tough. It was pretty rough. So yeah, I hope did I answer your question though, Mr. Doomed Existence. So the second part of his question was, what is your personal favorite Wormrot release? Favorite in terms of I don't know. Favorite release, I'm not too sure. Probably I do not have a favorite. So every album seems I don't know. That's a pretty good question. I don't have a favorite when it comes to Wormrot releases. We just put out shit. We feel how do I say this? We just put out records in cohesion of how we feel on that particular era. So all of this, there's always ups and downs when it comes to all these albums. There's no smooth sailing. There's no comfortable kind of situation when it comes to recording albums. Everything has its moment. So I'm not too sure if I have a favorite, because I don't know. Although the struggles on voices is quite a pain in the ass, because apart from the fucking hiatus and looking for a drummer, blah blah blah, and I don't know, man. Every single album there's always a fucking issue, and I hope there's less issue in the future. So sorry guys, I sorry dude, I don't have any favorites. So they are all the same to me. So yeah. Next one by Do Sorby. Dude, I'm so sorry. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Do Sorby. He asks, in your opinion, what are the differences in the mentality of the scene during the shows in Indonesia compared to Europe? What was your experience during the previous tour? What are your imaginations? What are your imaginations when we talk about your next Europe US ride? So alright, different countries have different sets of supports. Some countries, they support your shit by buying your merchandise and just standing there looking at you on stage, just like that. Other kinds of support, they went totally berserk, ape shit for your set, but then again they don't purchase your merchandise, blah blah blah. So there's different kinds of support we are talking about here, but I don't know, if you're talking about Indonesia and Europe, Indonesia is very supportive. They go crazy all the time. There's no limits with this Indonesian. That's one of the reasons why personally I love touring Indonesia back in the day. They are very friendly, very accommodating, and I mean the crowd is just phenomenal. They went fucking crazy. The kids are even like fucking 10 years old, 11 years old at your show, and this you see kids like in the fucking 5th grade wearing a, I don't know, decapitated shirt, or Fear Factory shirt, and I mean their music culture there when it comes to extreme music is just fucking phenomenal. Whereas in Europe, it can go either way or it can go both ways. So they buy your merch, they support you when it comes to your live performance. We enjoy Europe so fucking much. We've toured, if you're counting this year Europe, for this Europe tour, which is happening in next month, it will be our fifth. I'm not sure if it's our sixth or fifth Europe tour. We always have a blast in Europe, but sadly we can't afford a 2 months long tour anymore because I have a day job and I have a family right now. It's pretty tough. Everything is so complicated these days, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to be back in Europe again. Damn, I miss touring so much, guys. You have no fucking idea. So the next question is by David Lossie. I hope I pronounce your name right, dude. David, any chance Wormrot will be able to release the stems for voices sometime in the future? Would love to hear that. Also, having the ability to mix and match would be kind of neat, I think. Any chance you'll be able to release the stems for voices? What do you mean? Also, having the ability to mix and match would be kind of neat, I think. Dude, stems for voices. I'm not sure what you meant by that. You mean the progress of voices? I believe we do upload just a snippet. It's not a full, but we are working something on that line. Once again, I apologize if I'm answering your questions wrongly, but this is what I feel that you are trying to ask me. We do have something in progress right now, which is I can't disclose. So in relation to that question, if I'm answering it correctly, so yes. So yeah, so I can't talk much about this, so it's still in the works, so we'll see, man. So I'm sorry, David, if that's the wrong answer. Is that the wrong answer you're looking for? Right, the next one is by Mr. Probably the last one. Shit, it's 22 minutes now. So next one, the last one, Mr. Freak Zombie. I know who you are, dude. So if you won $1 million in a competition, will you get back into collecting statues? Fucking hell, man. Alright, before this, I was a statue collector. I collect alien statues, sci-fi horror stuff, predator statues and all that blah blah blah. That was back in the day when money was not an issue. If I won $1 million, then fuck yeah, I'll buy a bigger house with shitloads of spare rooms. I buy whatever statues I want. Fuck the need. I buy whatever I want. Gonna give a huge sum to my parents and my in-laws. What else? I'm gonna fucking, yeah, dude, Mr. Freak Zombie, I'm gonna, yeah, bet your ass, man. I'm going to get back into statue collecting if I won a fucking $1 million. So yeah, that's the last question. There's a few more questions over on Facebook. Maybe I save it for the next video or whatever. It's been almost 25 fucking minutes. So guys, I hope I really answered your questions, and especially David. I'm not too sure whether I'm answering the right fucking question. So yeah, sorry once again, guys, for the delay on having these questions answered, but life's been pretty fucking hectic recently, and man, you have no idea. So this is Arif signing off. So thank you guys. catch you guys on the next next killer bands. We'll see. Cheers.